Welcome, everyone, to Making Sales Social Live, brought to you by Social Sales Link. I'm Bob Woods, the LinkedIn Sherpa, and I'm joined by the LinkedIn Whisperer and fellow LinkedIn and social selling professional, Bryn Tillman. Sup, Bryn?
Hello, my friend. It's a great Monday morning, is what's up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we are here to talk about LinkedIn company pages. Welcome to Making Sales Social Live, as we share LinkedIn and social selling training, strategies, and tips that will have an immediate impact on your business. Join Bryn Tillman and me, Bob Woods, every week. Making Sales Social Live. Now, LinkedIn itself wants us to call them just LinkedIn pages, but I think we all know that we're going to continue to call them LinkedIn company pages. So that's what we're going to do here. Anywho, LinkedIn company pages really get short shrifted when it comes to not just social selling, but with marketing in general. That's a shame because they can be used effectively by any company to successfully engage with prospects. No matter what, if you work for a huge company, medium or small size business, or you're even an entrepreneur working by yourself or with a very small staff. So, with that, let's talk about just LinkedIn company pages overall, Bryn. I know why I like them. Why do you like them?
Well, so first of all, company pages is a great way to brand the business. Even if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, coach, I think having a brand alongside of your personal profile is a big deal. If nothing else, to put the logo on your
Right.
personal profile. So that's the
And
first
that's
thing.
big
It is big, right?
because you don't look
But
real if it's not there.
it looks less impressive for sure. And I
Mhm.
do agree. Like that's the beginning of the branding. Now there are a
Right.
lot of people that will come up to us and say, I'm a coach. I don't necessarily have a brand. Your brand could be your name coaching. It's
Mhm.
okay, right? Like you can
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
But having that company page will do a lot. And we're going to go through all of those things. But at the highest level, if you are a business, you should have a LinkedIn page.
Yep. Even if it's just you.
Correct.
So I just wanted to pause there, just let that sink in for a second, because I mean, there are a lot of solopreneurs out there who, and
The
hopefully
little
after
gray
the
box.
day, yeah, it's a gray box. And it just, people look at that and it's just, I mean, it's not like a total turn off, but people kind of wonder, ooh, is this
Serious.
person really, yeah, are they real? And having that company page, even if you don't fill it up with stuff, I mean, just having it is better than not having one at all. So let's talk about actually having them and using them effectively. So got several items here. The very first thing is when you're an entrepreneur or solopreneur, you can create your own page. You would go ahead and do that, and no matter what size company you have, someone within the company is always going to have administrative or admin privileges over it. Now, if you're in a slightly larger company and you actually have a social media manager, even internal or external, you need to give them admin privileges so that when they post, it's showing up as the company rather than them individually.
Yeah. Now, when I had started this before Bob joined bajillion years
Mhm.
ago, and I was the solopreneur for a very short period of time, I actually made my husband an admin. He does not ever log in, but I always like having a backup if something should happen, right? So always have at least two admins, even if one is inactive, just so that if something should happen, let's say there's something happens to your profile, we want to make sure that we can still go in to the company page and it's not a nightmare to do that.
It's a very excellent and very important point. So now that we've got the two admins there and you've got some of the things filled in, because there are certain things that you need to fill in ahead of time if you do absolutely nothing else, put in your logo in there where it's supposed to be. So again, that will appear at the top of your profile when you link your profile to your company page. Let's talk about growing this sucker.
Oh, wait,
And
I want to add a couple
oh,
more
you want to
things
do
to
one
that real
thing?
quick. Yeah.
Sure.
So banner, create that banner for the visual.
Yeah.
There's a call to action button that can lead to your profile, personal profile if you want to. It could lead to your website if you wanted to. It could lead to a funnel or an opt-in if you wanted to. Use that call to action. Complete the about section. Even if you literally take the about section from your website, copy it and paste it, put it there. Okay. Those are, and make sure you've got the link to your website. Fill it out.
Right.
Have it complete. Okay.
Yeah, so just fill out as much as you can, but definitely concentrate on the couple of areas. If you do nothing else, concentrate on those couple of areas that Bryn had. So now let's talk about growing this sucker. So inviting followers monthly. You can actually do this from the company page, and that's probably the easiest way to start growing the number of followers that you have in your profile. I'm
So
sorry,
what?
for your company
Yeah,
page.
for the company
Oh,
page. I
yeah.
know, right? Here's the thing, which is interesting. Most people now have 250 invites per month. If someone accepts that invite, you actually get the credit back. So it could be more than 250. So we want you to start inviting people that would actually know who you are and would be willing to follow, maybe even your clients or your networking partners. So personally, export your connections, search through them, and make a list of people that you are already, because you do have to be first degree connected to invite them to follow, that you are already connected to, that and you can invite up to 250 a month. Now, if you have a bigger company, so in our case, Bob and I are the primary people out there. So we could split it 125 each, meaning
Right.
he could go in because he's also admin. He could go in and invite 125. I can invite 125. Now, let's say you have a bigger company. You can make your employees temporarily an admin to invite their clients, to invite their connections, even if you make them admin for a couple of hours and then pull it back. And then you can get to broaden your followers through your team members.
Exactly. So let's talk about posting content, and we're specifically going to talk about some of the thought processes and things like that about posting to a company page versus, or sometimes in addition to, posting to someone's specific profile.
Oh, yeah, that's a great topic. So, and a lot of people will ask us, well, should I post it to the company page or should I
Yep.
post it to my personal profile? And let's break this down a little bit. One of the things that we talk about a lot is your personal profile is like you going to a conference and you're walking around and shaking hands and introducing yourself and having conversations with people. And then they say, hey, tell me a little bit about what you do. And you grab their hand and you walk them over to the booth. The booth is your LinkedIn page, the company page. So this is your opportunity to be able to brag. What do you call it? Your
Yeah. So I call it the humble brag.
a humble brag.
It's not like hashtag humble brag. No, it's not the specific definition for that, but
It's your
and this really
definition.
comes in, it's my definition. And
Yeah.
especially this especially works if you're a solopreneur or an entrepreneur with a very small staff and something good happens with your company and you're like, yeah, but I really don't want to post it to my personal
Like you win an
to my personal
award.
profile, yeah, like an award or something like that, because it seems a little too braggy. What you can do is post it to your company page, and then you can repost to your profile from the company page. And then you can say, so happy to have accepted this award from blah 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 chamber or wherever you got it from, and go from there. So you're bragging, but because it's coming from the company page, it's much more humble. Plus, you're getting two separate hits within LinkedIn about that
True.
announcement as well.
Yeah, I love that. And sometimes, I used to do this. Now we actually have a team that does this, but back in the day, and I remember specifically one incident where I won the ambassador of the year for the local chamber of commerce. And that was exactly where I'm like, how do I say this without so as social sales link, I went in, I was able to say congratulations to @Bryn Tillman for, our CEO for this great award, mentioned the people in the chamber. And then I simply, just to Bob's point, I went in, I commented, I liked, I shared it back to my post, and it felt much more comfortable than me just saying, hey, I'm awesome.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why it's a humble brag. I mean, because you do want to get stuff like that out there. There's no doubt about that. But a lot of people do feel conscientious about it. Heck, I would feel conscientious about it too. But so that's why LinkedIn has this really good way of. I mean, we're definitely using the LinkedIn tools to achieve this. But thank goodness LinkedIn actually lets us do all of this.
Awesome. What's next?
Yeah, so now we're talking about liking and commenting as the company as well as yourself. So you can like and comment on other people's posts as the company as well. So and most companies do not do nearly enough of this, I think.
This is so good. Like,
Yep.
so good. So it breaks LinkedIn's agreement to have someone log into your personal profile. And a lot of people are like, well, I really want someone to help me with content. Well, this is a perfect solution. You can have as many admins on your company page as you'd like. So our admin, Reggie, hi Reggie, it goes in, he's not our admin, he's our social media manager. I shouldn't have, but he's an admin of the company
Okay.
page. And he goes in and he can engage as social sales link. And if there's something that's talking about a topic that Bob is really smart at, he can mention Bob Woods, and then that'll get on Bob's profile. So then Bob can go in and engage. There are times where I actually go in and I engage first as social sales link and mention my name, and then come back and I engage. So you're hitting them 2 times with your logo and your personal profile, right? So they're seeing that you're going to grow followers that way as well. So when you are on your news feed and you're going to go like and share, if you are an admin of your page or other
Oh,
pages,
that's right.
there's
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
little arrow that you click on, and there are little dots,
That's on the
buttons
yeah, it's on the
to
left-hand
engage
side.
either as yourself or as the company page. And then as soon as you click that button, anything you do on that post, you comment, like, share, will all be as the brand.
Right.
So you do that. I'll go into social sales link icon. I'll mention me at Bryn Tillman. What are your thoughts? Then I'll go back in as Bryn Tillman and I'll respond to my thoughts, right? But what's great about that, if you have a social media manager, they can go vet content. You can say, hey, if content comes out from these 20 companies, and they can actually, of people. So if you give them a list and they ring the bell of the people, when those people share content, it will come into their personal profile, but they can click through, change to the brand, engage, and mention you. And so it's a great way to have support in curating the content to engage on.
Absolutely. So while we're talking about content and things like that, LinkedIn, it's been what, like about a year now when it comes to newsletters. A company can actually now do a newsletter directly from the company page. And this is something that we're familiar with because we just put out our
We just
second one,
launched.
I think, today. So we're still learning more and more about how to do this. Just know that you can put out a newsletter from LinkedIn that goes out to all of the followers of the page, essentially.
Yeah, and our first one, so we have a little over 4,000 followers of our page, and we got over 600 subscribers with the launch.
So that's
So
like 15% take
it's
up.
a high percentage. And the
Yeah,
reason
that's
is
good.
because LinkedIn loves these newsletters so much, it literally will get into the My Network tab of all of those followers with a request to follow. So that's pretty powerful.
So next, let's talk a little bit about the relationship between the company and employees when it comes to content. And this is going to be primarily for like small companies that, maybe like 50 plus employees or something like that, all the way up to the largest companies that are out there. You can use the page as a way, and just your presence in general, as a way to look at what what your employees are sharing, and if they share something that's really good, go ahead and reshare it on the company page.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. And the company page actually gives you the tool that if that employee is connected to the company page, it's alerted. You can also teach your team to mention the company.
Yep.
Like the mention the company, and then that is going to come into activity into the company page.
Yep.
So as the company page, you can absolutely engage on that, reshare it. And if it's a great piece, once a day, as an admin, can send a notification to every employee about one post a day. Every 24 hours, you get to do it. So if you really want to get that word out about that post that an employee did, or even an internal post or an event or whatever that might be, take advantage of that announcement.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So then obviously any company that has any employees, or even if you're a solopreneur, posting is important. And then you can make sure that you're recommending content to your employees as well. And LinkedIn even makes that easier in terms of suggesting things to post directly from, to like reshare content from the company page, because company pages should have feeds going just like any other type of social media type of feed in general. You really should think of the LinkedIn company page along those lines as well. So if there's like if your company has like an Instagram or Facebook, blah, 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 Twitter or whatever, if they have all that and they don't have LinkedIn in there, you definitely need to put LinkedIn in the mix.
Awesome. I love that. The one I forgot, can I rewind for a second?
Yeah.
One of the greatest things about newsletters, if I go back to that, I mean, really amazing, is you can look at all your subscribers. If they're first degrees, you can send messages. If they're second degrees, or third, you can connect. And I'm actually live looking at these folks, and there are so many second degrees that have actually subscribed, and I didn't realize how many followers we have of our page that we haven't connected with. So you can do that as well. You can click through your followers, and you should have folks on your team. They may be your first, Bob, right? So
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
yeah. So you should have your team engaging with the right people. You don't have to connect with all of them, but make sure you're looking through and connecting with the people that you would want to have a conversation with.
Exactly. Because that's what social selling is all about. Always keep that in mind, if nothing else. Okay. So socialsaleslink.com/newsletter. That is how you can subscribe to our newsletter. It's pretty cool how that works. So thanks again for joining us on Making Sales Social Live. If you're with us live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter right now, we do this every week. So keep an eye out for our sessions. As I mentioned before, if you're listening to us on our podcast, which is recorded, and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe or follow button to access all of our previous shows and be alerted when new ones drop. If you want more info about our podcast in general, it's socialsaleslink.com/podcast. We do 2 shows weekly. We do this one, and we also have the Making Sales Social interview series, where we talk with leaders and experts in sales, marketing, business, and many more areas that can help you with your sales and social selling. So when you're out and about, be sure to make your sales
social.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Hit subscribe now and click the notification bell to get the latest videos from Social Sales Link. Give this video a like and comment down below. Register for free resources at linkedinlibrary.com.